What is up guys, Wraec is here with a new video, and today we're going to summon for Thador. I actually wanted to do a live stream, sadly didn't get to that. If you watched my Idle Heroes videos too, then you know what was going on. We had a lot of stuff to do over on my Idle Heroes channel for SG, my other project. So we're now up here doing some Thador summons. I actually need him for my battle drills attack. So the plan today is we're going to go ahead, summon this guy, we're going to upgrade him, we're going to test one or two mechanics that I wanted to see, go and do my battle drills attacks, and then I'm going to go into more depth after the video, trying to find out a little bit more about this guy. We are one away actually from the first pity summon. I did some of the summons for the for Thador actually to just complete the daily summoning quest, but let's do the first 10 mob. Let's see, maybe we start off with a double A tier Wilder, by the way, once again from this wonderful fairy tribe there, together with Velara, together with Indris. Not too sure if they make such a nice team. They are definitely also focused on debuffs, so Thador, from the skills that I've read, he also offers some debuffs. Crit, damage, defense, debuff. Yeah. That's a long one. That is quite the confusing one. I was also like, crit, damage, defense. Okay, never thought about this stat before. Now we have a debuff for it. On top of that, also a debuff for Fizz and magic defense. That is something that we like to see. That is pretty cool. And 55% I think it was. So that's quite a lot. That is definitely quite a lot, and that's also probably the reason why he already made his way into a Battle Drills team. And we're going to check this out. It's a Battle Drills team made by Matt Damon. We're going to see if we can get some proper damage out with that, because today's also last day of Battle Drills. I am at cap stamina, so we have to do our attacks today. Well, we have to do our attacks anyway today. 1250. I think I finally reached a point where I bought that little amount of packs that they actually sent me down to give me smaller packs. Usually those. Oh wait, wasn't that the thing that they made it like 2,500 for S tiers and like 1,250 for A tiers with the smaller pack? I don't remember, guys. Maybe you can tell me down in the comments. Yeah, but I haven't bought a lot of packs in recent times. There are 2 packs right now, to do Stellar Crystal bundles that I want to buy, but not really more than that. I'm just like simply waiting for something big to happen. They announced some more stuff. Don't know if you guys saw that. They announced some more stuff quite recently, that there is an August update, that there will be a collector's edition for AFK Journey. No idea how that's going to look. I mean, we got some merch. I got some merch from like winning some of those video contests, and they sent me like some keychains. I got some little statues of the heroes. I sadly didn't get, I think I had like Chippy statue. I really wanted to have that. I got a pillow, and I got like a keyboard mat with like an AFK Journey design, which is pretty cool. I don't know what they're going to do for this collector's edition and what's the plan is there. No idea. And Pandora is going to come. You know, Pandora was the NPC like in the background when we summoned for Natsu and Lucy doing the first collab event. There we first met Pandora, and apparently she is going to become a hero, a playable hero, and is going to be summonable as well. And then they had like this business simulation thing, which looked a little bit like, I don't know, Farmville or what it's called. That is going to come. So a lot of stuff still happening apparently. More towards Season Phase 3. I think Season Phase 2 is a little bit going to be dull. But Season Phase 3 could be exciting, honestly. Because we're going to see all those updates finally happening. And I don't know when Pandora is going to come. The question there is like, is she going to be a Celestial, Hypergen, or maybe even a Transcendence hero? Is that going to be a thing that we are going to see a non-collab not Transcendence, my god, I said it like Idle Heroes. Oh god, what are they called? I have to check this. Like Natsu and Lucy, you know, the same faction as Natsu and Lucy. Dimensional, not Transcendence. Transcendence is, that is indeed an Idle Heroes thing, so no, we're not going to get Transcendence heroes right here. Hopefully not. It would be quite the madness. Though they have a similar mechanic. Transcendence heroes and Idle Heroes, just so that you understand, that an extra faction that was released later, so in that sense it's similar than Dimensional Heroes. And it is basically so that you upgrade a normal hero to be a Transcendence hero, and then it has way better skills and everything. And they have the same thing, I think, in AFK Arena, so it's not too far away really from AFK Journey, but we haven't yet seen that. So far, highest upgrade Paragon for +25, another copy there of Thador, very nice. So there isn't that much in that way. I mean, we've seen 1 year basically only with hero power creep from hero releases. There hasn't really been any mechanic that you really spend towards something on top of like plus 25 Paragon. And Paragon, we discussed that lately. We also discussed a little bit in the video that I made about AFK Journey failing a little bit in this season, which a lot of you guys looked. This was actually quite great. I have to say thank you at this point. I think I said in the video, it's like a 20-minute video with me basically just talking. I kind of expect nobody to watch it. I guess like 50 views or something. And I think it got like 2,500 or something. So it way surpassed at least my expectations on that. So thank you for that. There were a lot of people that shared their opinions. That had similar issues, that experienced similar issues, that had similar problems with them getting motivated for this season with the structure that AFK Journey took, and had also concern for like this Paragon problem, because I also addressed that. I said, well, if you get a new hero, let's say Thador for example, and we upgrade him to Supreme Plus right now, getting into PvP and saying, okay, let's do a PvP team, it's supremely difficult because you have a tank that won't be tanky because he doesn't have all of the rivalry stats. So either upgrade him to P4 to get a proper test with the rest of my heroes, or it's just a little difficult. So I always said like I wanted to keep it at Supreme Plus, which would have been great. If all my heroes were Supreme Plus, it would be very, very easy to test. I would just have to have another person with the same levels, and which is possible, and then I would be good. But yeah, those are like problems that we talked about. And so many people said, yeah, we want to have like this game mode 2 where you can just go ahead and say, okay, we deactivate Paragon for this PvP match and just get a little bit of testing done, or just have an even playing field for the PvP. And that was interesting, and that many people also wanted that. And I hope that they are going to introduce it. I think it wouldn't even be too difficult necessarily, just deactivating the rivalry stats. Let's check how far we are with that or now. I want to get him to Supreme Plus. I have some ideas for PvP for this guy. I don't know if we can make it happen. I mean, we are probably a little bit low. And we don't really have the materials to summon a lot more. As always, like, the more you spend, obviously, the more materials you have to do. Have available. And last season, we actually spent towards getting more Paragon 4 heroes, which seems kind of funny with the explanation that I just did. But I wanted Paragon 4 heroes. I was hyped for this. I wanted to have like super strong PvP team. I didn't really see in which kind of parallel I moved myself with that. But obviously we spent more. So I spent more, and thus I was able to kind of have a lot of more gems. So we got Siren to P4 immediately, and we got Lawson to P4 immediately. So that was all possible. And right now, of course, with less spending being done, yeah, that is not a thing. Perfect. That was perfect. I didn't even count. Okay, nice. We're immediately at Supreme Plus. So that is fairly cool. He again has like a link mechanic, so where he has, it's like a little bit linked to one hero, kind of like we had with Daemon. And I kind of want to combine him with Daemon, because he has an ability to grant a shield to another hero, to his lieutenant, and if you made like Daemon his lieutenant, you could give a shield to Daemon, who in turn would give a shield to another hero. So kind of giving like a little bit of a chain. That is one thing that I definitely want to test. Okay, we have one charm there. Let's see what we got. Charm Merchant, as always, has of course the proper charms here. We want to have those. I nearly bought the wrong ones. You can buy both, it doesn't really matter. I will keep them in there for the second, and this are the wonderful upgraded ones already. Tomorrow, by the way, red charms. Today is the last day with the yellow charms. Tomorrow is going to be red charms. So Durastral is going to be at that point then. So what do we have here? Battle starts. First time the cast HP ratio drops below 50%, gains a 55% shield. It lasts for 6 seconds. That's pretty cool, actually. Pretty big shield, good ability for a tank, I reckon. So yeah, and we have unaffected here as well later on. So that is pretty good ability. What many people saw immediately was like this one. Grant Stardust Lieutenant 350 energy when a battle starts, which is like a third of an ult. And we don't have many abilities that are similar in that way. that you can combine and where you have like a little bit of an energy gain. Interestingly enough, we do have them exactly in this faction, because the other hero that can do this is actually Leica. Leica grants 120 energy. In theory, if you combine both, you have 120 plus the 350, you gain like 470 energy. And then, of course, we have Paragon, and Paragon, we kind of have to see, we have Inspiration and Intimidation. And if you have a Paragon advantage, this will actually work out that you give extra energy. So if you are at a disadvantage, a Paragon, your hero actually won't give 350 energy, but will give less energy. But if you are in an advantage, you can give a whole lot more. And the combination that I saw here was actually with Natsu, interestingly enough, because we haven't seen much of him in PvP, even though I upgraded him to Crown, which I don't regret. He's a pretty cool hero, and I like playing him when I can. But the thing about him is 500 initial energy, so it's pretty crazy. And if you, of course, have like Thador on the map and maybe a Leica, you are basically at an instant ult, so he can instantly ult, which is pretty cool. And he does a ton of damage when he ults, so if your enemy doesn't necessarily run like, I don't know, a Siren or a Sylvie, then you can probably... not a Sylvie. My god, I'm mixing it up with idle heroes today. Lily May. If your enemy doesn't run Lily May, then of course you can ult fairly quickly, and that is pretty cool actually. So it's something that works out. But Siren, on your side, could also potentially be nice, because he as well has like 400 initial energy, he has a very strong ult, he's a very disrupting ult, so stuff like this is pretty nice. And then of course we have the OG combinations with Dino, where we don't have initial energy, but like quicker Dino ult, pretty nice, we take it. And quite recently I learned, I didn't know that, shield. So if a hero grants another hero a shield, that counts as a non-permanent stat boost, as long as that shield, of course, has a duration. So Thador's ability to grant his ally a shield, which we have over here, should also count as a non-permanent stat boost for Dino, thus also increasing Dino's count of Nectar, so he will have one extra charge there, potentially activating his Mythic Plus. This won't count. While Thador remains alive, probably won't count. We have to test it. I mean, it has a condition, but it doesn't have a time. Usually it needs a timer to be a non-permanent buff. So let's upgrade him first. Hero Focus. I forgot that last time on one test. Reduces damage taken. Absolutely perfect for tank. So that's a good ability. We definitely like to see that. Thador restores 5% of his max HP every second, as long as his lieutenant is alive. It's not bad. It's like not a super huge Supreme Plus, I reckon. I reckon the most people will want this guy actually for like Mythic Plus at least, with the ability, because we have now this one of the things. Then Thador's lieutenant casts ultimate for the first time. Thador summons Dark Moon over the battlefield. While active, the Dark Moon deals 80% damage for each enemy every 0.5 seconds, and reduces their Fizz magic def by 55%, and after 6 seconds Dark Moon fades. Isn't a huge thing, but this is of course one part of it that makes sense. And then we have like this crit damage defense reduction here, that is overall again pretty good. So we can kind of put that on the enemy, on the boss, for example, and make this work. The extra crit doesn't seem like much, because crit is a little bit weird in this game. Like if you have crit, you usually have like the crit resist. So crit, for example, is 445%. You would say, okay, 100% means he always crits. And reality, you then note as well, really you don't, because that works against the enemy crit resist, and most enemies have like crit resist like this, like 436%. So for example, if a Thador with those stats would fight another Thador with those stats, his real crit chance would be 9%. So even though it says 445%, it works out to be like 9.6%. So an extra 15% is quite a lot, and you can boost that actually with skill power, which you will see later in the season, to 21%. So you can get quite a substantial crit buff, and this is really, really valuable for heroes that deal true damage. We've seen in the past Merrily with this buff, like really wrecking enemies. So this is pretty crazy. I think we want to upgrade him. I kind of want to upgrade him at least a +10. Even though right now he's a little bit low, I think I'm going to put him on my list. Like the stat buffs alone are probably worth like investing into this guy a little bit. Maybe not summoning in his rate up unless he's super insane. Though we have to say he made it into Matt Damon's battle drill team, which is apparently very, very good. We're going to see it in a second. Can also show that maybe. because they also made like a wonderful graphic for that. So we can check this out. So I want to first adjust my formations. You can see there's my the battle drill 3-1 here. Has one slot open, and that is because then I noticed, oh, he already used Thador in this. We're going to put it over here, and that should be right. Let me check with this graphic. Yes, that is wonderful, full epic here as well. With the right thing, we can see the connection that is made here, Thador, with this little area behind him. You can see it a little better, like this little area behind him. And this links him to a lieutenant. Right now here would be Mirael, and that gives her actually a lot more damage with the extra crit that she gets, and they are linked for the entire time. So it's not a Hugin thing. Hugin only gives like the ally a buff when he's on that tile, but this is not the tile that gets the buff. In fact, it's the hero. It's just shows that they are linked, and they will be linked wherever they move. So that is not the thing that is important here where they move. We are going to see the fight in a second. Also want to show you this graphic. The infographic was made by Oipik, cooked by Matt Damon, it says, and posted on Yapala. We can see the wonderful teams that they made up. We are going to use those upper teams right here. One copy of Thador better than Lucius, they say. So that is very, very interesting. A 51 billion team they have right here. It is the lower damage team, but we can still see it. It supposedly does a whole lot better than the teams that were posted before. Again, kind of you want to also upgrade your charms to orange. You want to make sure that you always see those orange charms, and that you have some of those enhanced to orange plus, basically all the damage dealers that we see here. The infographic, of course, linked down below. We're going to test those teams now. So if you're going to make yourself just some infographics here, some teams, some battle drills formations right here, which we have done, you can always very easily see if your charms are set up, if they are epic or if they are upgraded. We can see upgrade right here with the little symbol, again upgraded. So most of those should be upgraded. Here we don't have the full upgrade one, but for Thorin not too bad. We just want to make sure that our damage dealers here, that they are all very much so full equipped. That is not a damage dealer, and have like the upgraded charms. Yes, that looks good. Looks good again. And then we have the walker over here. Some people ask me, why, Wraec, your walker is so low? And yeah, you are right, it's kind of low. Do we upgrade him? Do we upgrade walker? Because now with the upgrade that he got, he's +8. It's not too bad. It's not too bad, isn't it? +8 is alright. Yeah, we can keep him at that. We are going to keep him at that for the moment. So let's see what we can do over here. Or come on. Do we have materials? Or are we poor again? Usually we have 114. Those 2 levels are really expensive. It's going to hurt. I don't really want to. I think we have to save it up. If we do a little bit less damage, then let that be the case. So first of all, I want to see like the first team that we had for the full damage. Those were the teams I used before. Let's see the Battle Roots 1 team. This supposedly can deal up to 51 billion damage, which I would say I don't really expect it to do right now. We're going to skip battle on those, and then we're going to look for the at the team with Thador. I'm going to skip battle those. 51 billion, I would say we get a little bit less, because, well, not only is my Simbat a little bit low, we have 3 stars, there's +10, and my Walk has +8, so we have kind of not a whole lot of stars going on there. So this is going to probably be a little bit on the lower side. Let's see how much we can do. 46. I reckon if we got a few more stars, I should probably... Let's see what... Let's do the test. Okay, we have 31... Let's say 35.2 is what we got here. I will now do the upgrade. I will do the upgrade, guys. 35.2. And let's see how much those 2 levels on Walker, how much they really give us. There is Walker. There is Walker. We're going to get 2 levels here. 1, 2, getting the upgrade. Getting some extra stats, of course, so ideally would want +25. We have extra attack here. But we got that now. Let's see if that really makes a big difference, if that was like worth it, or if I just wasted half my temporal lessons. Okay, skip battle again. 35.198 was what we had before. Looks a little bit better. 35.394. I mean, it is an improvement. It is an improvement. If everything comes down, then maybe this is like the final piece of damage that we needed to win this battle. but I'm not too sure about it. So 36.53, we can check again. It's again a little bit of an improvement. Overall, I think this is pretty good damage, so I'm quite happy with what Matt Damon cooked up there and with the wonderful graphic that Oipik made. I think, just going to quickly skip through those here. This is the other team that we had. OD team here, doing 43. Quite happy with that. That's pretty good. Still with the OD at P4. Still a pretty cool hero. I like Odie. He had a swift comeback in the meantime where people said, oh, can he counter Belrun? And Odie was very, very good actually at countering Belrun. Sometimes absolutely demolishing the guy, which is pretty crazy. And had a little bit of a comeback there. And I used him in PvP too. I showed this. It was like that he's a counter to those OD Athalia teams. Because sometimes he just took out the Igor so early and then you just had the instant win. So here we are now at our Battle Route 3. I want to see a little bit of action there from Mr. Thador. We see he can give himself a wonderful shield. And the shield actually also on our Mirael. He has this very, very fancy big shield. That is glowing and everything. So this also there on the Mirael. Not super huge shield, but still a rather decent one. A rather decent shield that we have right there. And it is very targeted. We rarely have targeted shields. So having this right here right now is pretty cool. I like this idea of just being able to not give the lowest HP hero on your team a shield. But just saying, okay, I want that Mirael to get a shield, and I have a hero to do this job, and I can design a team in a way that I basically just have this shield in advance. 34 there, and if I check this correctly, we have 12% left. Okay, let's clean this for the guild. I mean, it's probably our weakest team that we have right here. So with the weakest team, we can see it, we can try it out. Thador here really. Tanking quite a lot, giving shields, so for a bit of survivability, and then we have the debuff, this debuff area here on the enemy, and after a while this basically explodes, deals a ton of damage, somehow deals damage over here. Interesting, there was another opponent there apparently, I don't know. And I didn't really see like his Mythic Plus ability activating. I don't know guys, was I blind? Because it should have been really at the beginning, and it said like map wide, so I kind of expected it to be like a little bit of a bigger ceremony here, ritual. I didn't see that. Can we check for that again? Replay. So supposed to be activating when Mirael first ults. She ults? Oh, there. Okay. There's like this big moon and the fog everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I still didn't see that. But it exists. I take all the allegations back. It is not bugged or anything. In fact, it worked. So that was pretty good. And did we clear it? No, we didn't. So we just try another attack. It's awfully close. But yeah, it's like activating the second. Basically, we do this with the wonderful moon there. I like this. I like the moon. Not a very long ritual. Not a very long ritual at all. I have I'm a little bit afraid that we might leave our guild here with like an X1 boss or something that somebody has to clean up, which would be a little bit horrible. Now then again, we have some rather inactive players that could probably take care of this, so it isn't like one of my top damage dealers here would probably do it. Oh, we can probably come on. Okay, yes. Ooh, at 0 seconds, please be down. Please be down. This was like way too close. New boss. Okay. Close one. There is no new boss, by the way. Interesting. It's not there. Cool. Okay. But yeah, we cleaned that up, so that was pretty nice. And it's a little bit tough to say what Thador actually did in this fight. Like, we know he gives the buffs and that is cool and stuff, but like in a fight like this, you don't really see a whole lot. It is a little bit hidden of what he does. We have these big abilities and like the circle and everything, but yeah, tough to say. Also just went ahead and checked a little bit of if he's in a dream realm there. but apparently didn't make it. I have to improve my rank later on. We do this outside of the video because there is no Thador action in that. So that really, he really isn't in there. And now the question is, of course, like, what can we do? What are like interesting things that we can do? Like the only real combination that came to my mind immediately and where I said, oh, maybe some PvP stuff possible, was like really the bond. And this says whenever Damon gains a shield, the bonded ally also receives 24% of that shield for the same duration. But like it's cool to be able to kind of have to link with like Thador, Damon, and another hero. I don't know if that is effective enough, you know. I don't know if that is necessarily effective enough. Like, he's a cool hero at that point, but I don't know if I necessarily see him in like PvP as like a major hero there. We have a little bit of knockdown. This is cool. The damage reduction is cool. This is like a one-time thing. I don't like that this is a one-time thing. I think they will see some utility, because just like saying, okay, we put him in front of a hero, and the hero that he's linked to just gains energy, just gains like a ton of abilities and stuff. That is kind of nice. Can we make this work? I don't want to fight Brownie this time, because he has this stupid stun team going on still, which is really annoying. Shout out to Brownie there. So let's fight somebody else. Lady Evelyn, not you. Do we have Shrimp or something? Oh, we can fight Andre. Fighting Andre is good. And we have the disadvantage. And let's see if we can set this up. So we definitely... we can't really even do the triple link here. Look, the map is already against us on that. Oh, wait, we can. Oh, can we? We can! Ooh! Because that actually works. He doesn't necessarily have to be in front of the enemy. He could be like on the side. So like he could do this, and that would still work with the triple link. The thing is, if we use Thador in this way, shape or form, and put him like in front of Damon, I mean, sure, they link, but the problem is it would also give the energy to Damon, obviously. So if we have like, if we wanted to go with like a third carry or something right here, then yeah, he would receive 24% of the shield that Thador gives to Damon, and some buffs, which is cool. What are the buffs again? I have to kind of check this. Bonded ally also receives 24%, and while shielded by Damon, the bonded ally gains an extra 15% life drain. That's cool. So we can kind of go like this. So this is like an interesting thing to do. And we can go Skalita, because Skalita is going to heal him. And then we can go Rowan, because Rowan. This is stupid what we do right here. Ha, wait, okay, I swapped stuff that I didn't want to swap. Like this. It looks so stupid. But Paragon-wise, it's pretty similar. He has like a P3. He has 2 P3s, we have 2 P3s. We have 2 P1s. Yes, that's true. Okay, wait, you're a little bit at an advantage. Okay, let's see what happens here. We are going to slow it down. Shield should come. Shield is in. We have huge shields overall. For Shield Nova 2, we are using Shield Nova artifact. Shimira ult coming in. Shield Nova artifact activated again. Rowan is dead. Balron going to die. Or is he going to die? Damon ult. Oh, big ult. Damon ult coming. Shield Nova activating like crazy. We have to say that. With the whole shield link thing that we have going, the Shield Nova is activating like crazy, and we absolutely lost. But it activated quite a lot. It was fairly interesting. That is good damage. Balron didn't do too well, but that is good damage. It broke out. We got like the Damon with the huge damage. We got the Thador with good damage. Can we make this even weirder? That is fairly interesting. I don't want to say like it's super good and it's the #1 thing that we want to do, but it was fairly interesting. So we need to kind of replace the Balron for this team, because I want to make it Shield Nova. I don't want to make it like recovery stuff. Do we just add shields and do some crazy work? Do we do this? Is this crazy? I kind of like the idea of just basing this on Shield Nova. And like on shield links, and then just going ahead and just saying, okay, we put shields on everything and then we see what happens. I mean, the enemy Chimera is going to do something against us, because she can kind of bypass our shields. True damage in general can do that. So the question is if that has really any effect here. We do get big shields from that. Thador is going in again, activating his ability. And that was a pretty fast win, actually. And look at the damage! Did I wrong him? Did I say like Thador is like useless? He did do good damage. I kind of want to watch the replay, because let's keep an eye on this guy. Is it sometimes tough? Okay, he activates his ability. And like immediately we have huge true damage on everybody. Is that from him? No, that was from Damon. But we immediately activated his ability because we basically immediately got the ult from Damon. And then he stands there, okay. It's really tough to see his damage. But that did a lot. That did a lot. This team, by the way, is cool. I kind of really like this team. Maybe we could replace Skalita or something. And this could overall have a little bit more Paragon. But that is good. That is really good. That is cool. I like this. Okay, can we change something up? I want to try another cool hero. Maybe we put the Leica in there. Shall we try that? Because Leica... oh, we don't really have faction anymore, right? We have double... Let's change this up. Maybe we take the Rowan out of there as well. Let's make it a little bit more wilder. Let's do double wilder. We're going to go with the Leica for the extra energy from the start. And I want to include one more hero. Which I'm not sure which one. I'll be honest. We could go for Pheromore. Pheromore's pretty crazy. Debuff's probably not going to work out for us. We could go Lawson. Lawson is a little bit wild. I like the idea. Let's just go Lawson. Isn't really another shield giver here, right? I mean, Valara a little bit. Am I missing a hero? No, I'm not. I don't think I am. Iron can give himself a shield. Okay, again, we get the energy boost, we have the immediate ult, we have... Oh, we have... he CC'd us. That was annoying. Activating again, Shield Nova already striking. And... his team absolutely vanished. That was pretty fancy. Leica with pretty good damage. I mean, did we work ourselves towards a Paragon advantage here? Yeah, we have a Paragon advantage now, so we're cheating a little bit. We have too much Paragon, because Leica also has Paragon. I don't know, but it looked funny, and I liked that it looked funny. So I wanted to show that to you guys. So that's pretty cool. Maybe we take this guy out. And we can put something else in. Maybe we use Valara. You can't really put her in a circle there. I still have to keep her here so she activates this circle. Let's see how that looks. She activates the circle. Of course, they get the massive haste debuff. They get magic defense debuff. We get over here. Valara dying already. Look how fast she's dying. That is crazy. We activate our Nova Burst. Air still debuffed. Leica going in. It's such a funny fight. I wonder if this is going to be like a major mechanic. If we are going to be able to make Shield Nova a major mechanic. Because I like Shield Nova. I really do. We nearly got to activate all circles here. We got 3 circuits activated. How long was this fight? Wait a minute. Let's do double speed here. Because we have a ton of debuffs. And obviously that fuels the circuits as well. So we get 71 energy there. 36 energy. That is fairly fast. We got 2 circuits, 77 seconds, and a third circuit. So within like 15 seconds, we got 3 circuits activated. That's also fairly interesting. I don't know. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I have to say, more than I expected. More than I expected, guys. I don't know how you feel about this. There is more here than I expected there would. I expected this guy to be on an absolutely lost place in PvP. I saw his mechanics. I felt like those mechanics are a little bit slow. Those mechanics are a little bit weak. But looking at it right now, looking at what he is doing, I feel like we have to give this guy a little bit more time and give him a little bit more tests, and eventually I think if we set Paragon 4, maybe there is something to get here. I didn't see it, but we will keep an eye open for it, and keep an eye open for some Shield Nova builds maybe for this season, and then tell me down in the comments what you think about him. Did you summon for him? I don't know if you should. I don't know if you should. Like, for a beginner, probably not the most insane hero. At least, like, just the fact that he was in one Battle Drills team doesn't necessarily rectify getting him. Getting a copy. A copy obviously is good, because Matt Damon said one copy is already better than Lucius, so getting one copy shouldn't hurt. Should be nice. I mean, with one copy already, you get like the crit buff and everything, don't you? Yeah, you get the crit. You just don't get like the energy, but it's not too important. So getting a copy should be pretty good. Yeah, get the copy. That is what I recommend. And then if you have some extra materials, you can still upgrade him. But with that, I wish you a great day. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a subscription down below. If you haven't already, watch my last video where we uncover whether or not AFKJ is failing. And also, maybe check out our sponsor, which is of course lootbar.gg, where you can get the cheapest dragon crystals through lock-in top-up for AFK Journey. And if you go through the link down in the description, you always get some discount coupons that make your next purchase even cheaper. So register now through the link down in the description, support this channel, and also at the same time get cheap dragon crystals. With that, stay tuned for the next video on Thador, and we'll see us in the next one.